All right, I switched. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can, I switched computers. So let me change my setup here. I was going to try something new today, but the computer I wanted to use, I don't think it had the right settings for the webcam. So let me switch back to my tried and true Alienware. All right. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I think last time I didn't like how the light was behind me, so I thought I would try a new location, which is my chair where I film a lot. So I'll try that. But the computer I wanted to use that's more portable didn't work. So here we are. Here I am. And here you are. I see Misty and Sharon. Hello to both of you. No. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
60 degries.
Tonight,
so
expect a low of 54 degrees.
I was cold because I was riding the golf cart to pick up my kid from church. So I had this on. But yeah, it's not really cold here. I was laughing because I took a picture yesterday. Lulu and I were at the park and I took a picture of us with the lake in the background and I was wearing the same jacket kind of thing. And I was like, oh, it's 67 degrees. It looks like it's cold, but it's really not. Yeah, that is cold. I agree. So yes, it's colder than normal. So whatever that is worth. And of course I had everything set up on my other computer, but that's okay. I can wing it too, except for I do like to take notes. My little after the stream thing I do, because if we talk about stuff, I feel like that's going to shake a lot. Maybe this isn't a good situation, but we'll try it. I do like this background, though, better than the fan and the light behind me. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, clearly we have the warm weather crowd here today, but that is okay. And there we go. There's my plan your week with me note. Keep that open. And all right, so thank you for joining me. Sorry for the little bit of a delay here, but for those of you that don't know me or are watching the replay, my name is Elby. I am on a weight loss journey, but I'm doing so much more, and I'm trying to incorporate planning into what I do. And I've really started using this Silk and Sonder planner that fell when I switched computers, but just because it has a more of a mental health kind of aspect to it. So I like that. And then I'm going to use my lap desk here, I think, while I write on it. So we'll see how this goes and how this works today. We can tilt down a little bit more so you can see. Okay, perfect. So this past week, I tried something completely new with my planner. And what I did was I used every day to record what I ate for every single meal. And I incorporated the grams of sugar. I need to go back and add my steps in because I thought I could put it all here in like a big one-day view instead of the meal plan that this thing has. Yes, I have totally reduced my sugar. It's insane. So this, the way that these planners usually work is they give you like a meal plan section. So I didn't really use that for this week. I did kind of use it to look at some of the extra meals I had throughout the week. So I realized that I had a bunch of different things that I could be eating. And so I had some chicken and rice left over. I bought stuff to make a cabbage and kale salad, which I really like and have not done in forever. I got stuff to make the spinach and strawberry salad in Sharon's cookbook on her 30-day plan. And then I've also got some more green cabbage, and I had an extra chicken breast. I also ate that. So I was trying to basically just make a big list of what kind of foods I already have ready to go. So when I'm sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I'm hungry, I don't just go for something bad. I'm like, oh, I have this list of things like you have kale and cabbage. I like red cabbage and kale together. So I made myself a little list. That's how I use the meal plan this week. But I need to figure out what I want to do for the coming week. Johnny's going to be out of town, and then he'll be back for a day or so, and then the kids and I are going to go camping again. And they're doing more group meals this time, so that'll also be interesting because there's less I can control in a group meal. So Friday night, we're going to eat on our own, but then Saturday morning, they want to do bacon and eggs and pancakes. And so I'm like, okay, I don't like bacon. I'm like the only person ever who does not like bacon, but that's okay. And so they were like, well, do you like sausage? I'm like, sure. But then I'm also worried because then the sausage could have added sugar in it. So I don't know what I'm going to do over the weekend for food. For lunch, the boys planned on doing just like cold cut sandwiches. So they want to have turkey sandwiches on white bread. I'm like, okay. So now I need to figure out what an average amount of sugar is and a piece of white bread and see what I can figure out there. But we are doing the supper portion on our own, the silver turtles that I've talked about before. So I will be able to control that. The only thing is I want to make sure I don't add the sweet and spicy barbecue sauce that I've added the last couple times because I know that has a bunch of sugar. I looked at it. I was like, okay, never mind. Oh, cool! You bought a planner. Yay! Okay, let me go through the comments really quick. So, if Misty's in the same time zone as me, yes, she's probably the closest person that I live to of anybody on here. Yes, I have definitely reduced my sugar. I should show that in a second too. I had done an email to Sharon and I said, here's what I did every single day. Here's how much I accounted for my average and all this other stuff. And then of course my email lost it. Like it didn't save it in the sent items and I hadn't finished it yet because I didn't know what I wanted to do with how I was calculating how much weight I lost in this first week because my weight was like Halloween weekend kind of thing. And so I was trying to figure out what a good starting weight would be and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh man. So I still had the total. I remembered it was 586 grams in my head. And then I looked on my calculator on my phone and it still was there. So, yeah, I was pretty happy about that. But I'll have to go through at some point and just show what I did for my sugar for the week and kind of explain that. I didn't count anything from yesterday. And I haven't done a vlog from yesterday. I'm not sure if I should or not. I need to figure that out. But it was my cheat day because it was my birthday. So I did take my kids out for pizza. And so I don't think I had these pepperoni rolls and it was just like pepperoni and cheese. So those probably didn't have too much added sugar, although the bread probably did just because it's delicious bread. But then I dipped it in ranch. So I know that had some added sugar. I ended up also having cake and not ice cream. I just had a piece of cake with my kids. So there's a bunch of added sugar I know that I had that day. And then in the morning, I made myself coffee with the super sweet creamer that I like. So there was added sugar there too. So I didn't count any missing or skipped grams of sugar from yesterday because I figured I used up my daily average of normalness, but just for one day. So I'm back to checking that all off and counting it again. Yay, Alan's here. That's great. Good to see you, Alan. Alan's Awesome Keto World. Yay. Okay, so Sharon says she bought a planner. I think that's really cool. Which planner did you buy, Sharon? Was it a particular one or is it just like one you found in the store? Probably 90. Okay, Misty and I are 90 minutes apart by driving, both in Houston. That's the fun of this place. You can go to we go to a swim meet and it's over an hour away just to go somewhere, but we're used to it, normal here. Yes, we're very close. And thanks for the happy birthday wishes. Yeah, I figured I'm giving myself 2 cheat days. One is just need to write your life, just one from one. Yeah, just write. Yeah, I think it really helps. But I am doing 2 cheat days. So my birthday yesterday was one. And the other one, I got invited to a party on November 19th. And again, I didn't want to stress about what I was going to have at this party or what I wanted to do. I just kind of wanted to go and have fun. So I decided that would be my other cheat day for the 21 days and do it that way. So it's pretty good. I think it's pretty eye-opening on where the added sugars are and how you can eat a lot of stuff that doesn't have added sugar. So I've kind of enjoyed figuring this out. I was really scared about it at first, but now I'm kind of excited and looking into things. And Johnny ordered Pizza Hut tonight, and I was like, okay, I want ham pizza. How much sugar in a slice of ham pizza? 3 grams. It's on the website. Like, you can find this stuff. So I was like, okay. I felt better about it. Yeah, so and normally when I plan, I use Evernote a lot for lists and tracking. I use it for some personal calendar stuff. I also use Outlook, but Evernote is like my kind of how I get organized, and then everything else kind of goes off my Outlook calendar. And when it comes to though my family things or looking at big pictures or what weekends we're doing what, I like to keep a planner, and I've showed it before, but I don't have it on me. I think it's over on my desk somewhere over there. But I've done like a spiral bound, and I would do every page was 1 week, and I would put like notes or to-dos or whatever there and kind of go by that. But I decided to switch over to the Silk & Sonder planner because it does just one extra thing, which is they have like a self-care aspect in the front of it. And if you haven't seen, you can go back and look, but I've posted videos, a flip through of what these things do look like. So this month's theme is compassion. So the activities in the front of the book center around compassion and focusing on that. Last month was patience, which I thought was really good because it's easy to lose my patience when I'm driving my kids to swim. That was like my number one event of when I lost patience that I put in there. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm just catching up on the comments really quick. Calendar. Yeah. So Alan created a calendar. Cheat day, drinking wine. You deserve a cheat day. That bike ride you took looks amazing. Okay. Yeah. See, maybe I haven't seen Alan's calendar. I need to go find that then. Okay. Maybe I missed that video. Maybe it was before I started following Alan. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Adding it to the notes, because if I can find it, then I'll also put it in the description of this in my little after the stream. So Alan's calendar. So was that a beer you had at the end there, Sharon? I was trying to decide if that was a beer. That's what it looked like when I watched it, but I was watching it just on my phone, teeny tiny. So I thought, I think she just had a beer after it looked like I did a duathlon once. And so I had to ride my bike and then run. At the end of it, they gave me a beer. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. And when I did that duathlon, I can say I finished the race as the absolute last person, which, it's kind of funny, but it's so funny when you do something like that, being the last person. The way I look at it is I had everybody cheering for me because there were so many people there cheering me on, the last person to finish up this race. So it was a lot of fun. Okay, it was a lot of fun. So they give it to you when you come back. Okay, cool. That's really neat. It sounds like you had a really fun weekend. So I'm trying to decide if I really like this format where I write down everything that I'm eating, and then I've kind of made a switched mode to where my calendar stuff is. So I have the regular calendar, which I haven't really put too much in here. I do have that big box there. This is the Kick Sugar to the Curb challenge. That's an important one. So I have that in there. And I made separate calendars because I'm trying to post every day on my YouTube channel to show what I ate and what exercise I did, as you've probably noticed, because I'm trying to hold myself accountable as we go into the holidays. So that's not going on an everyday look kind of thing. So I have it in a bunch of different places. So for example, here's my kids one where I'm showing that there's like a parent meeting this night. This night I have a parent teacher conference. So I've kind of separated my kids and other activities out. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I think I'm going to try it a little bit longer just to see how it goes with doing this. And I made a to-do list, and usually by now a weekend I'd have a bunch of to-dos, but all I've written down is just like the big end of year bills that I know I have coming up, or timing bills. Like I got the letter for my homeowners association dues, property tax, recycling. Like I pay a annual fee for my recycling service. And then, credit cards, I did pay those. So that was specific to this month, but, yes. Oh, good. Sharon, I think it's so much fun when I do those videos and I just like put it on time lapse and work out. But I'm like, I don't know if anyone wants to watch this, but it makes me feel like I'm more accountable to do those activities if I'm sharing it. And, so I didn't do any exercises yesterday at all, but I did hit 10,000 steps on my birthday, which was good. Lulu and I went to some different parks and we had a bunch of fun, but I didn't specifically exercise. And then I haven't done anything yet today, although the night is still young for me because usually I do them after the kids go to bed, with some exceptions. But I'm going to look at my Fitbit and see how many steps I've got. Yeah, I've got 89 that's not showing. That's too much of a glare, but I've almost got 9,000 steps and I have not done any workouts yet. So I was very active today doing things, picking up the house. I took Lulu to softball, so I helped with their softball game. So I feel like I've been doing some good stuff, just moving around, getting active, and I have not done any workouts yet. So that's good. That's going to help my steps goal. Lulu had like 13,500 steps last I checked, so she's good. And Frugal Mama is in the house. I think we already said hi to her. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I love that, Ellen. Yes, we'll have to see. I'm going to put that in my after the stream notes so we can all remember it, because I do like that. It's such a good point. And I really am trying to plan more around what I want to do and what my goals are. And it is hard because I feel like sometimes your goals change, or you don't know what direction you want to go. I struggle with that sometimes, where I try to sit there and reflect, like, what do I want to do? So yeah, I like that. I've really been putting a lot of thought into what I want to do. And I think I'm kind of formulating I feel like this weight loss journey now. I started in January, and then I really liked the last progression of months that I've had. So September, it was about being active. October, I started incorporating the diet again, using Sharon's 30-day plan. And then this month, the kicking sugar to the curb, where the little things that I just kind of were missing in what I was doing are now kind of coming to head with, looking at the sugars. I used to only look at the calories, that kind of thing. So I feel like I'm getting better every month. And what I think I'm going to do in December, as I kind of go into that, is I'm thinking about doing a no carbs till Christmas, like trying to try keto for 3 weeks kind of thing, or whatever I can do, just to see if I try that, how that works in my progression, or how I'm developing. If I'm already getting rid of sugar, then can I just try a little bit more and try to get rid of carbs, which again would probably be the same kind of like do a 3 weeks or whatever time frame I can figure out vlog, to see how I'm feeling, how I like it, what options I'm finding, just because there's a lot of people that do keto and they find so much success about it. I was even telling my mom about Misty. I'm like, she lost 100 pounds doing keto. My mom's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm like, I know. And I don't know exactly how much you've lost, Alan, but I see your before pictures and your videos. I'm like, man, it's just insane. Actually, you just talked about that yesterday, or when was it? How much you lost, but I forget what it was, when you talked about your progression and your doctor visits and all those things. Yeah, and I'm not going to commit to I wouldn't commit to do it forever. I just try it for 3 weeks and see what I think is kind of what I want to do. So I thought a no carbs till Christmas kind of attitude would be kind of fun to see how it goes. In my mind, I like see this person I want to be in January, and it's, go back to where I was with, I do a weekly post about my weight, focus on that. Hopefully I'm on, I don't need to hold myself daily accountable. I can do it once a week and still feel really good about it. Interval exercise month. Oh, okay. Okay. Good to know. I like it. Wonder how I can incorporate that. But yeah, so I figured I could try, just see what happens with keto, learn about it. I feel like I'd like to understand it a little bit more anyway, because what can't hurt to educate myself a little bit about it. So that is my, I think, plan progression. And in my mind, I see myself in January, like getting a bunch of my hair cut off and then getting a new Apple Watch. This is like my Fancy Lucy kind of 2.0 person. So we'll see what happens if that actually happens. But I do think that I want to like be do the mind diet again, which I really liked. But I want to try keto first before I kind of make any decisions. Tabata and other interval workouts. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Those are a lot of fun workouts. Yes, and keto worked well for you for sure, Alan. It works so well for so many people, and I don't know. I mean, maybe I want to learn why that is, but I figure if I can cut out sugar, then I can progress into cutting out carbs. We'll see. He hasn't posted in a while, but there was Davidson, who is the sugar junkie, and he always talked about cutting out sugars. And then I'm pretty sure he was doing keto. Misty might remember that or not. But he was so successful in just cutting out sugars and that kind of thing. So I kind of want to see if I can take it to the next step. And I also love it because I think it's another accountability item as we step into Christmas. This is what I'm like worried about. Yes, he did keto and he's still doing it. Oh, are you on his Discord server, Misty, I need to get back on there. I like have not been on there at all. And I think that's probably where you guys are still connecting with him. But maybe I should get on there for my, even now doing this kick sugar to the curb thing. And then also if I want to try and take it to the next step. I feel like it would be a lot of fun to try that and go. I'm so nervous about the holidays because that's so easy to gain weight. So I figured doing these like focused things will be really good for me. It's kind of quiet. Okay. Yes, and I know there are so many people, not just on the Discord server, but obviously on here, that if I have questions or concerns, they're totally going to help me out. So I'm digging that. All right. So I think what I want to do again this week, and if people don't have their planners out or that kind of thing, I can go back and kind of do it on my own too. But I think I'm going to try another week of being very focused on writing down everything I eat. So I do use MyFitnessPal, but I guess you can do your total sugars in there. I haven't really looked at it too much, but having to write it down, and then after every meal, I try to write how many, this is kind of a light ink color. Let me go over to this side. But I try to put, how many grams of sugar I had per meal. Like there's 3 there next to, that's when I had pasta with marinara, meat sauce, corn, and carrots. And so I put that down there, and then there's a 3 next to it. So I know I had 3 grams of sugar or added sugar in that meal. And then I add up the total for the day. So I think writing it down has been good for me just with respect to that. It kind of forces me to say, okay, meal by meal, here's what I did. Obviously, I'm consuming a lot of those added sugars in snacks. And today, actually, I had most of my added sugars because I had pizza. Other than that, I had 3 other than the pizza, and that was it. So pretty good. And then, of course, yesterday, my cheat day, but that was worth it. Let's see. A lot about the insulin and how it impacts the hormones. Okay. And I guess Jason Fung, is he, I guess he's a keto. I'm going to copy that down for my after the stream. Misty is recommending Jason Fung for keto. So I'm going to add that name. Insulin and how it impacts the hormones. Interesting. Something about having the ability to make a brief rest allows me to push. Oh, and for the interval training is Misty saying that too, the brief rest. I do like that as well. Oh, Obesity Code and the diet. Okay. That name kind of sounded familiar. So I guess I didn't realize, is he a keto? Did you say? No, he didn't even answer. Okay. If he's a keto focused person, I know Obesity Code. I've heard of that book, and Diabetes Code. I haven't heard of it, but I can imagine it's somewhere along the same lines. Okay. Good. See, learning here. You guys, this like live stream just is you guys helping me out so much. YouTube channel, big on intermittent fasting. Okay, so this is who I need to start following, is Dr. Jason Fung. I'd be interested to see what folks say about, cholesterol. I had, when I went to the doctor, high triglycerides, which you fix with diet and exercise. That was in May. So I'm trying to do those things. Hopefully it'll be better next time I go. But intermittent fasting. Okay, so I'm guessing intermittent fasting is keto. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know enough about keto. Like I think you can't have like strawberries like I'm going to have probably tomorrow with my salad kind of thing. Or maybe you can. I don't know. I need to learn. I'll get there. So, okay. I think just kind of looking at, and eat low fat. Yeah. How it impacts. Okay, protein versus fat. Yeah. Okay, you can eat berries. Good, because they're good for your brain. I know that. I do have this Mind Diet book that I really like, and the cover has berries. So this is but when I was talking about my plan for January, I really like my progression of being focused, and I want to like not make a new me kind of thing, but I kind of want to just in January do a complete reset and then focus on eating like this. And I really like this Mind Diet. I have done or written down my own summaries before, but it basically is just a bunch of studies about what you can eat to prevent cognitive decline, because my family has a history of Alzheimer's. And so it kind of scares me. And so I've always really liked this book, and like it literally says to prevent Alzheimer's and cognitive decline on it. So this is, when I follow this, it makes me feel really happy, because I know, like, I don't really like to eat nuts, but I'll put walnuts on my salad, for example, because I know they're one of the foods that are good for my brain. So that's kind of where I try to focus around. But I want to try keto, so I want to give it a try. And I think giving it a try before Christmas, when there's a bunch of sweets and other temptations around, is going to be really good for me. I just see it in my mind as this is the next thing I need to do to stay on track through this scary holiday season. But the mind diet is really where I am envisioning myself in January, with my nice looking hair and my I can't read my Fitbit. It still works, but the LCD on it is so I can't even read the time or anything on it. And to check my steps, I have to use my phone or go into a really dark room where I can very faintly see what's on it. So I want to get a new watch, and I thought I'd get a new Apple Watch would be fun. So we'll see what I end up doing. But I just have this, like, January is going to be great, because I think I've done such a good job this year. I know the summer was kind of rough for me, but these past 2 months and the future 2 months of this year, I just think are going to be fantastic. Don't eat as much fat as others. Okay. Yeah. Your body has plenty of fat. Yeah. Sharon's body doesn't have plenty of fat. Yeah. It's a high fat diet and it works, huh? Yeah. And I guess to get your cholesterol checked, it's not like blood pressure or anything. You pretty much have to go to the doctor to get that number, right? There's no way to do a quick check or something. So I didn't talk to Johnny, and I got new doctors this year, but we have not talked to him about anything other than improving, like for me, it was a triglyceride number. So, but diet, exercise, I can do that. I got this. I'm working on it. So for this week, I need to kind of focus on what I want to do this week. And I kind of feel like you manufacture cholesterol. Wow. So we're in the chat, where if you're watching the replay, I do have the chat on the replay, just because I have gone back and watched it, because I feel like I miss things sometimes if I get into something or whatever. So I like to go back and read the chat. I know it's silly, but we're talking about high cholesterol and how that impacts, or what changes if you are trying to do a keto diet. But interesting, because of the high fat in keto. And so we're talking about different options. I am not a keto expert, but I'm going to learn a lot in December, which I think is going to be so much fun. But I'm going to give myself Thanksgiving to not be super worried about what I'm eating, and just kind of stay with the steps challenge. Yeah, get it checked before changing diet. Yeah. I bet I could go to my doctor and say, hey, but I only want to try keto for a few weeks. We'll see how it works. But the other way I used to always get my cholesterol checked is I would give blood, and then they would send me, I don't know if they still do it, but they'd send me here's your cholesterol. So I could do that too, as an easy way to get my cholesterol checked. But I didn't have a cholesterol issue when I went to the doctor. I don't know what my exact numbers were, because they just called me and told me what I needed to work on. Lots of new research on cholesterol. I wonder what Dr. Jason Fung says about the cholesterol then. I'll have to see if it is in his books. And that'd be a fun book to read also, if it goes along with the keto diet in December, kind of make that my goal. Telling you, hereditary is the problem. I'm super excited though about January. I don't know why. Super excited. New things, great things, they're all going to happen. Back to my week. So I decided that I want to use this week as a little bit of, not a reset as in, for diet or exercise or that kind of thing, because I really like the track that I'm on right now, but I'm trying to do more of a mental reset this week. And so there are some things that I feel like I need to kind of focus on and get cleared out. I had made last month, where is my planner? My October planner. I don't have it on me because it's not October, but I had made some declutter plans in some certain areas. And I kind of want to work on that this week and just kind of still focus on decluttering. For example, computers are something that I really want to get rid of. My kids have some Chromebooks, and then I bought them a refurbished iMac. and I have an original iPad, those kind of things. And like and actually I have, this is my second Alienware computer. My old one, the motherboard died and it fried out, and it would be like $350 when it fried out. I'm sure it's even more now to replace it. And I didn't know if that was the only thing wrong with the computer, so I decided to just get a new computer. Ooh, a surprise collaboration. I'm intrigued. See, January's going to be fun. Let me just really quick check back in here. Really need to think differently. So it was Alan saying a lot of controversy around cholesterol. It's not a big deal like it used to be. It's more about partial size. Yeah, and so Misty hasn't had any issues with her, and she loves collabs. Yeah, everyone is definitely different. I was talking to my mom because someone had mentioned, at work, someone said that they didn't have a gallbladder. And I was like, huh, okay. And I remember my mom having her gallbladder out. When I talked to her last night, she said, oh yeah, it was in 98 or whatever it was. And I was like, oh my gosh. So she was younger than me when she got her gallbladder out. I'm like, okay. So my mom has not had a gallbladder for a long time. So those are the things, like, you look at your parents and say, okay, what kind of issues have they had? That's why, and my family history of Alzheimer's, I'm telling you, that's why this appeals to me. And I love the science behind it. It's a good read if you're worried about that. Because I got to keep the brain going. Sorry, I'm distracting myself by reading the chat while I'm talking. But Alan, everything you make looks really good. I don't know. Mid-20s when you got your gallbladder taken out. Okay, see, yeah. Obviously, it's not impacted you, though, huh? I don't even know what the gallbladder does. Maybe I should research that. Okay, I'm adding it to my notes as something I want to look at. So I'm curious. Gallbladder. Okay. Yeah, the PS, protein-sparing modified fasting. Is that what that is? Because I see all of Alan's PSMF, and then Shelly, she's doing some of that too. Yeah, and I even thought it was cool that you're like, people, instead of an Amazon gift card, wanted your bread molds. I was like, you're obviously, people want to do what you're doing. That's so cool. Really a good way to influence, which reminds me, one of the things I wanted to do while I was sitting here is work on my habit tracker for the month. Because last month I kind of fell off the wayside on my habit tracker. So this month I again have the Silk and Sonder stickers, the sticker pack that goes with it, so I can track my habits with the little pretty colors. They give you 7 habits and only 6 colors, so I kind of just have a pen dot on one of them. But the first one I want to kind of put my dots in for is getting 10,000 steps. That's one of my goals. So I've done it every day except for Thursday, which was the 4th. I didn't quite hit 10,000 that day, but I have every other day. So I want to put my dots on for those. And I really don't know, like, it's so easy just to track it with these dots, especially if you keep up with it. But last month I just totally quit. And then even a couple weeks ago, I was like, okay, I should totally get back into it. Never did. I don't know why. Like, how hard was that? I just put 2 dots on my 10,000 steps. So the second one is tracking food. I have been writing all of my food into this planner. And, I talked about yesterday and how I kind of had a cheat day, but I still wrote down everything that I ate because I figured I might as well stay in the habit of writing everything down. And I don't want to, just because it's not low sugar, not hold myself accountable for what I have. So I have been doing a pretty good job of doing that. So let me fill in my little habit tracker here. And you guys can hear what my habits are, and I'll blab about them. So, I missed the pain. Oh, when the gallbladder. Okay. Interesting. That's like my organ of the week or something. Gallbladder. So I checked my food yesterday, and I'm going to check off today because I checked all my food today too. And it's the end of the day. I haven't hit 10,000 steps yet, but I fully intend to. And then I know, Sharon, you had a step workout that came out yesterday, right? So I want to go do that. Since I haven't actually done Yeah, no, I guess Friday I did step workouts. And then taking vitamins. I've been taking a vitamin every day. And I think I'm going to also, just again, talking to my mom last night, she found she was talking about my family history of macular degeneration. So I remember that's the other kind of thing that I look at my great grandma and what's kind of been passed down through the family, and that's one of them. So when I was camping this summer, someone was talking about how they found these vitamins that are good for your eyes, and it's got everything you need to kind of promote eye health. And I thought, I should start taking those. And I thought about it this summer, but I never ordered them. And then when I talked about my mom, and she started talking about issues with cataracts and macular degeneration and my family history of all that, I thought, okay, now is the time. I need to actually make the switch and start using these vitamins. I can look because they're totally on my Amazon cart, see what they are. Because if anyone's curious, Preserve Vision vitamins. So I don't know if I can show that. I'll put a link to them. I'll add it to my list, but they're supposed to be just vitamins focused around eye health. So they have lutein, vitamin C, zeaxanthin. It's like zeaxanthin, zeaxanthin, zinc, vitamin E. Is what it focuses on. And so it actually shows like a little graphic of everything they have. Copper, vitamin E, vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin or whatever it is. Okay, yeah. So I do have a really good eye doctor, and they do like scans of your eyes, but I also still need to go back to my eye doctor. Oh, Michelle is here. Hey, hello. It's good to see you, Life Adventures in Keto. And Derek, hey, the whole crowd here. Woohoo. So I think I'm going to get these and try them just because I am worried about eye health too now after talking to my mom. I'm like, okay, what's my next risk area? So I'm working on the weight thing. I know my brain, I'm scared about Alzheimer's and all that, but then my eyes are the next thing that I'm going to work on. So we will see. But I haven't been taking vitamins for, I just stopped doing it for years. I don't know why. I used to be so religious about it. So I've decided to get back into that. Right now, I'm just taking a multivitamin. I know that people who do keto take a lot of supplements. I don't know what all those are, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it, at least in December, long enough that I'll need to supplement anything, but we'll see. So who knows? And for today, I have taken my vitamin. So the next thing on my list is organize or clean something, which I think I did every day, but I'm going to not fill that one in yet because I need to think about it. Next is read with Lulu. There was one day it was yesterday on my birthday. Lulu and I did not read together. So she's in kindergarten learning to read. So she brings home these little books, or we have little books at home. So I've been making it a goal just to make sure we do something together. If it's not her book from school, then just a simple book we have at home or that kind of thing. But on Saturday, we really didn't practice any reading. So I will skip that one, but we did it today, which is cute. And then relax and take 3 deep breaths. The thing with this one is I don't do it unless I read this and think about it. So I could probably say that I skipped that, but I'm going to get better about it this week. And then vlogging, I'm just putting little dots on here with my pens. So I didn't vlog yesterday. I still could go back and do that, but I'm going to dot all the other days because I've done that. And then today I still need to exercise, but that's okay. Getting there, I'll get it done. But it's not quite completely filled out, but it looks much better. I'm going to continue to do that in my habit tracking for the month. I've also been doing my mood tracking. I think I'm caught up on that. Oh, no, I'm not, but I know where I'm going to put. I planned out what I'm going to put. I just didn't put the stickers. So where did I set this? Oh, right. They're upside down. I didn't recognize them. They're on top of my book. But the stickers that I have in this thing come with all my mood stickers. So the moods I kind of put for this month were joy, accomplished, content, sadness, disgust, and tired. So one of the Silk and Sonder planner kind of bingos they have was to try to use some new feelings. And so they actually have a feeling wheel. And so I tried to look on here for a new kind of feeling for me. I thought, oh, disgust. That's a good one. You're just disgusted with something. So I added that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Yes, added sugar. And so Derek's asking about what's counting and the kick sugar to the curb challenge. And it sounds like cookies, cake, and ice cream are coming out of their family. For me, it was that. I mean, we just all these things that I had that I was like, I didn't realize how much sugar was in them. And I had it in an earlier video, but I know I went to the gas station one day and I was like, oh, I'm going to get myself an energy drink. And I got a Java Monster and it was like 24 grams of sugar just in that one drink. And then I had also grabbed beef jerky, which I'm like, oh yeah, there's no sugar. It's beef. And then there was a bunch of sugar. It was teriyaki. I'm like, oh my God, I think it was 16 grams or something in the bag. It was so embarrassing. I had no clue. Embarrassing to myself, but that's okay. So I wanted to say that when I went to, I ended the day on Friday with just pure joy. I was having a really good day. I'd done some good workouts and was super happy about it. So that was my joy there. And then last night when I went to bed on my birthday, I kind of feel like I was content. So that is this greenish color on my little mood tracking thing. For some reason, I was feeling much happier Friday night, but I had done those workouts before I went to bed, so I think that really helped. Yesterday, I was just kind of satisfied with life in general, and there we go. My mood tracker is filled out. I'm super happy about that. Sorry for doing this live, but I'm planning. Ooh, Sharon, stop. The couch is your friend this month. Getting competitive here. Yeah, Monster. And then I did. So Misty had a key lime pie bang, and Lulu and I went to the gas station last night and I found one. I haven't tried it yet, but I was really intrigued by it whenever she showed it. So I saw one at the gas station. I'm like, I need to get this. So I have a key lime pie bang that I'm looking forward to trying to see how that works out for me. So we'll see. And then the other thing that I really need to fill out in here that I haven't done yet is there's a compassion log where you're showing compassion to someone or to yourself or someone every day and things that you're doing. So I need to focus on that a little bit more too. I tried to really focus today and read. There's like a letter at the beginning of every one of these planners about compassion, what that can mean. And I kind of want to stop, and I'll probably do this tomorrow because like I said, I'm taking a little bit of time this week to kind of do a mental reset. And so I wanted to think about compassion in the context of that as well. So I think this week I want to feel the word that I'm going to use to fill out in my planner for how I want to feel this week would be clear. I want to know the clear path that I'm on. Like I said, I've got some things I'm excited for in this January vision of myself. And I know that I am doing this kick sugar to the curb thing. I'm super excited about it, super excited about vlogging to it, but I'm thinking about the no carbs till Christmas kind of thing and being excited about that. But I want to be clear on not just like a month to month, here's how I'm going to handle things. Like, what's my bigger picture? How do I want to be? How do I want to change? And let me catch up really quick. Having joy. Wow, Smithy 50K. Yeah, Smithy. It's crazy. Ooh, key lime is on subscribe and save. That must be really good. Okay. So, good to know. Whoa. You guys are each doing 500,000 steps this month. I had no clue you guys were doing that. That's amazing. I must have missed that. Wow. Wow. Okay, and that Misty said something about scrolling back up. Beef jerky almost always has sugar. Yeah, I really just didn't realize that. And as I'm opening a drink here, it's not beer, it's just diet soda that I'm not cutting out. Although I probably should, the artificial sweeteners, but oh my goodness. Okay, you're kidding about the 500,000 steps. Okay. What is going on here? You guys can just defeat sneakers yourselves if you're getting that many steps. Whoa. Is that true? Are these true numbers that Sharon got over 700,000 and Derek got over 500,000? I feel like we saw those numbers. Or no, we just saw who the top people were, right? Or did you tell us how many steps they had? That sounds like so many. Wow. Okay. Huh. Interesting. And I'm like, man, I'm just like super excited when I get 10,000. You guys are like rock star steppers here. Wow. Wow. Okay. This is insane. This is going crazy. Okay. So I'm distracted by the chat. But what I am really wanting to say here, wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. If you're watching this on replay, the numbers that are going through, or if you're just listening to it, the numbers that are going through this chat on what Derek's doing, what Smithy's doing, what Sharon's doing are insane. Oh, like hundreds of thousands of steps this month, or Smithy almost already has 200,000 steps this month. Wow, okay. This is pretty cool. I love that you're doing these challenges. This is insane. I love it. Wow. Okay, so Alan, compete with me. I'm just trying to do 10,000. And Johnny's been hitting less than 10,000. Lulu's definitely been hitting 10,000 every day. I've not hit it just one day so far. But Lulu just bounces around all the time. So she had 13,500 today. Editing the steps challenge update. Oh, man. Well, it sounds like Smithy's in the lead. If he already has 200,000 steps, that's insane. All right. So back to my focusing. Let me pick a pretty color of pen, purple. And so this week I want to feel clear. My path forward for where I want to take myself for the year, and starting next year, I've just really been thinking as January approaches where I want to say I'm going when January hits. So my 3 major goals for this week, I really don't know what they are. But last week I did kind of a fun mind-body health plan as I went through here. And so I still have one thing I need to do that I have not done, which was paint my nails. But I kind of gave myself like a week of the credit for all the things that were in my mind-body health plan. So I just did really simple stuff like do a face mask, do a foot mask, do a hair mask, mask trio there, and then just paint my nails because I do enjoy painting my nails and they've been naked for a while. Do a movie night with the kids, paint with the kids, and sleep in. I did that on Saturday, and then just play outside with the kids. So I feel like I've done everything on my list, and the only thing that I haven't done is paint my nails. But I have no problem if I like paint my nails tonight, still checking it off for the week. So we'll see what I end up doing. Or if I do it tomorrow, I can still check it off. It's my planner. I can check wherever I want. The only person that's holding me accountable is me. Yes. Yeah, Derek did create a monster. It's such a cool community, though, that there's so many people doing these steps challenges. I love it. And that Lulu is very excited. 15,000. Yeah. 15,000 is great. Alan, you showed all of your, like, when you were talking about your weekend, or it was your weekday steps. I was like, man, you're like 18,000, 15,000, 13,000 kind of thing. I was like, but I guess those are your gym days, right? I don't know what it is, but yeah, I thought you were killing it when you talked about your steps for the week. So just saying. The other thing that I want to do this week is maybe I'll put this in my 3 major goals, but I want to start doing like Christmas planning for family member gifts and stuff like that, just to make sure that I have everything in and on time and we can get stuff sent away. So I think something else I want to do, and I put a page in my planner called Christmas plans. So I want to write out the names or initials or something of everyone that I typically buy Christmas gifts for, and then kind of go through and make a plan of what I'm going to do for those people. And that way I feel more prepared for the holiday season and not trying to do it last minute. So that's going to be one of my 3 major goals. I'm going to use my red or my green pen. So for that goal, and I'm going to use one of my stickers, because I did that last week and I liked it. So these little stickers are my 3 goals for the week. Well, let's use the green ones because I can. So goal number 1 is going to be not to buy the Christmas gifts, but to just make a list of plans of what I want to do. So I'm going to call it Christmas planning. And there's also a weekly to-do list. So I'm going to skip over to that because I just thought of something else I really need to do. This weekend, I took the kids to a couple different stores and I was looking for something to cover my front door. Because as you recall, my large lab went through the front door earlier this fall. I don't know when it was. So over Halloween, I've been really happy because I found like this big witch to put over the whole door and it covers everything, including the hole in the door. So Johnny's like, we have to take down the decoration from Halloween. I'm like, no, we can't. I can't do that because guess what? There's a hole in the front door. I don't want people to see that we have a hole in the door. So I'm like, okay, either we need to get the door fixed, which we need to do anyway, especially before it starts getting cold out, or we can get something else to cover it up until we get it fixed. So I think one of the things I want to do is I couldn't find anything. I went to Home Depot and Target and looked just because they're next door to each other to see if I could find anything like in the Christmas decoration kind of thing to cover up the door. And I couldn't find anything, but I'm going to put door decoration. It sounds so sweet and nice, but really it's to cover a hole. So that is on my to-do list. Okay, let me catch up really quick here. Let's see. Less sugar and more workouts. Yes. Plan with my kids. I really made my birthday plans kind of centered around my kids. And they had such a good time. Lulu told me it was the best my birthday she's ever had. I'm like, well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And the weather was gorgeous too, which always helps. My steps count sucks on the weekends. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, especially if you like literally broken on Friday because she works. I guess I don't know if you're stepping at work or where you're stepping, Derek, but it sounds like you guys, or you're clearly getting a bunch of steps. And Alan says he's relaxing and recouping on the weekends as well. And yesterday I didn't even work out and I got 10,000 steps just because I was playing with the kids and being active and that kind of thing. So yeah. Thank you, Sharon. What kind words? Yes, I always want to say that my plan is to show you less of me. So we will see. And I hope you have a wonderful night, Sharon. I'm so glad you could join us, especially with this time change and being even later in Florida. So appreciate that. I know you always post your videos like in the middle of the night. So I know to me in the middle of the night, it's probably like morning for you. So I know you're an early person, which is amazing. Someday maybe I'll be there. I'm not sure. I am who I am. I'm kind of a night owl, but that's okay. So I've added the door decorations to my to-do list for the week. Aside from Christmas planning and making this week, I want to feel clear, have a plan. But I need to figure out what major goals I want. I really want to focus on resetting my brain and feeling good and clear. So I think I'm still working on the less of me part. Yep. Okay. And Misty feels like Sharon posts in the middle of the night too. I appreciate that you're on the same page as me. Yes, the less of me. Okay. Well, thanks for joining, Alan. Hope you're eating something delicious that you're going to show us. And good night, Sharon. Hugs back to you. So, okay, really quick. I think I want to just do a couple more of finish my 3 major goals, and then we can do the self-care kind of topic and see if there's anything about gratitude. Lost 82 pounds, stalled out, and gained some back. Yes. Yeah. I think that doing the daily vlog has really helped me kind of stay on track. So we will see. Oh, thank you, Sharon. You're so sweet. You really are. And Lulu loves you too. She's like, Sharon knows who I am. I'm like, yes, from the TV. Yes. So she knows who you are by your workouts, which I think is adorable. Okay. So this week, Christmas planning. Oh, I want to get rid of the computer waste. I talked about that, but I didn't write it down. And does it count if it's not written down? Yes, it does. But I want to figure out how to do that. Like, I think my sister wants my old iMac, so I might just give it to her because I can't get the thing to boot at all. And then the other computer waste that I have, I want to kind of work on getting rid of that. So I would imagine that someone would want to recycle like my Alienware. There's probably something useful and good in there, if not just raw materials or something. So computer recycling will be on my list. I need to figure out how to do that. But I have some electronics that I'm not using that I just need to get rid of. I have I guess it was early 2010, maybe late 2009, I bought a Dell computer that I still have, like a big desktop one. I got a lot of really good use out of it. Definitely got my money's worth out of it. It still works great, but we don't use it anymore. So I think I want to kind of clear that out too and declutter that. Trying to think if there's one more big thing I want to do this week. I've got time to figure it out. I don't have to put it in now. And then there's also like this week's sub habits and activities. I haven't figured that out. I'm clearly just planning my week right now, but that's okay. That's why we're here. But I do want to talk about compassion just for a second, because as I was going through the compassion theme of the first part of this planner, there's the compassion log that I mentioned every day. But there were a couple things, some journaling prompts, which I always like the journaling prompts, but I really liked that one of the compassion things is focus on compassion to yourself. And in part of that self-compassion kind of attitude, they actually in here had an affirmation kind of page. I'm trying to find it. I could probably just look at the table of contents, but that'd be too easy. And I'm kind of excited about doing this. And I don't want to just sit down and do it all at once either, because I think it's going to be something that I can put a lot of thought into. I'm just going to have to totally look here. Compassion log, compassion affirmations. There we go. But here we go. They basically give you a page to fill out, and it just says, I am. And then there's all these compassion affirmations you can put in, which I thought was really interesting because I don't know what I'm going to put in there. Like, what am I? How am I showing myself compassion? And they give on the instruction page an example, I believe. Yeah. I am enough, just the way I am, is one of the examples they had. And the other one is I am worthy of love. So maybe I should also spend some time this week figuring out, as I'm trying to get mental clarity, and I'm excited about the sugar challenge, and then December, and what's going to happen next year when I'm going to be, I don't know what, but I just feel like it's going to be fantastic. But what do I need to tell myself, or what hurdles do I have that I need to give myself affirmations that anything that I negatively believe about myself, I can kind of talk myself out of it with the affirmations. So I really don't know what kind of compassion affirmations I have. I do feel like I personally have a lot of self-confidence, but I think that some of this is, maybe I could put things like, I am capable of not caving into a sugar craving. I have not had a piece of Halloween candy since Halloween Day. And even yesterday was my cheat day, and I had saved, Hank got this little like dark chocolate raspberry Ghirardelli thing in his, and so he gave it to me, and it's still on the top shelf of the pantry where they can't reach it. But I saved it for my birthday, and on my birthday I was like, well, you know what, I have this piece of chocolate, it's there, it's mine, but I don't want to eat it. And so I think I should make some of my compassion affirmations just centered around the fact that I am strong enough to not have to go for those things, or to not give in to those things, to not eat my whole half of the pizza that we ordered tonight. Like I can do those things. It's just I haven't been challenging myself with the ability to do it, or telling myself that I can do those things. So I think that's kind of where I want to go, but I'm thinking about what other struggles I have. So I need to kind of, maybe when I do my compassion affirmations, I should write down things that I feel like I'm struggling in, so that I can kind of go back and remind myself that, no, I'm capable of handling all this kind of stuff. So the compassion affirmations, I'll totally have to update you guys on what I do with that. But I kind of really like it because I want to use it as an opportunity to reflect on challenges. And maybe in the spaces around the affirmations, I can write some challenges I have and make each one focused around the adjacent challenge or something. But where I'm just forgiving myself. I mean, it's not like well, giving myself confidence or that kind of thing, but also if there's something I feel like I've screwed up on or that kind of thing, I just kind of need to feel what I need compassion for. And then the next page is actually a self-compassion postcard where you think about something that makes you feel bad about yourself, um, and then giving yourself unconditional love like you would a friend who sees your strengths. Hey, Wendy. Hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. I'm talking about compassion at the moment, just because I feel like this is such a hard one for me in my theme for my Silk and Sonder is compassion this month, and I don't know where I want to go with it or what I'm going to do. So I'm just kind of blabbing right now about compassion and showing compassion to others, that sort of thing. So I always feel like I feel like I'm a nice person, right? But then am I really showing people compassion? So I'm just kind of like toying around with this in my mind and what I can do to improve upon compassion for the month. And a lot of this is centered around self-compassion, which I think we all need. And I really love that my kind of focus of this week is to get mental clarity. So I want to maybe see if I can do some additional research on compassion, and perhaps that would be a good goal for my week as I go back to my week in this planner. So to make my third major goal is just to better understand compassion. Yes, I'm totally thinking out loud right now, too. Blabbing, but I am super happy about it because it really is kind of helping me think about what I actually mean or what I want to do here. So adding a third weekly major goal. And I really like this, actually. I think it's a good goal. So when I talk out loud like this, I think it gives me good ideas. But this is to better understand compassion. And that way, I think if I figure out what I see compassion meaning to me, then perhaps I can go forward with a better plan in the rest of my planner on how I'm going to handle it. So I love it. Okay. So that was really good for me too. I feel like I have a good sense of what I want to do with respect to my goals for the week. I really do want to get mental clarity this week, so we'll see. My mind, body, and health plan. I really don't know what I want to do that. Okay, check out Wendy's latest video. Okay, see, good. Yes, and then I saw a bunch of updates today on videos. I'm like, oh man, I need to go back and see everything because I was busy all day doing kid stuff today too. But it wasn't like yesterday, which was fun kid stuff. It was take the kids to church and then take my daughter to softball, then take my daughter to scouts and take my son to scouts. And I took him to a church thing. So I've been busy doing that kind of stuff, but it's okay. I will catch up for sure. Yeah, so I guess I could also find Wendy. See if I can do this real time. How are we doing here? YouTube, yes. Oops. Let's go here. Sorry, I'm like on another window now. All right. Oh, and November Steps Challenge. All right. Let me find the link. Here we go. Okay, cool. And I just subscribed to you too because I've seen you in the Steps Challenge. So yay. I was not subscribed to you, so I'm so glad that you're here and I can totally subscribe and I can see, oh my gosh, yes. There is a Steps Challenge video. Organic fish fertilizer? Oh my goodness. Looking at, these are your most recent videos. Okay. Gardening. Okay. Night crawl. Oh wow. So you had like totally stalking your channel right now. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Fish and crabs. Okay. I'm going to have to check you out. I've definitely seen you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Okay. Oops. As I play a video now. All right. Having fun here. Yay. Okay. Awesome. I'm so glad I connected to you. That's amazing. Upload your latest video. Yeah, I need to do some workouts. Also filled watch later with steps videos. Ooh, did I miss that? Okay. Okay, yeah. And Misty found the link. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. So the meal plan for this week, I need to go back and I think it's okay to plan and then write my actuals in the days like I've been doing. So what I probably will do though is kind of the same thing I did last week, where instead of doing a plan, I just made a list of things that I have. So work on those. I think I might eat lunch out tomorrow, so we'll see. But some of the food options that I have, like I said, are cabbage and kale salad. I have the spinach and strawberry salad with chicken. And then I think I can do those cabbage steaks again because they were really good. I like cabbage. I have a head of regular cabbage, like the green cabbage, and then a head of red cabbage, which I'll use with the kale for a salad. But the cabbage steaks were yum. And see if there's anything else. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, it was you, Misty, that gave me the idea for cabbage steaks, by the way. It was on one of these lives when you said that. I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, is Derek leaving? Okay, bye, Derek. Oh yeah, hoping everyone has a wonderful night. Oh, thank you, Derek. You too. Super excited. I like the video with all the steps teams. I swear I need to go through there and figure out who everybody is, and just the awesome community here is to die for. Okay. So cabbage steaks, and then I feel like I had something else. Let me go back to my other list. I think I might have eaten everything that I said I kind of had extra. Yeah. So I already ate the chicken and rice that I had left over. Johnny brought home some asparagus. So maybe I could do, what could I eat with this? What could I do with asparagus? I saw he put a bunch of asparagus in the fridge when he got home today. So I'll have to think of that. I'll put it down though as something that I need to consider eating. I'll put squash because I think we have yellow squash and zucchini in there too. So maybe I could do something like that. Asparagus over zoodles. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah. So I had chicken and asparagus this past weekend, which was really good. So I need to figure that out. And for shopping, I really enjoy cottage cheese, so I'm going to be adding that to my list. Kid breakfast. Sorry, I'm jumping back into planning. If you guys want to talk more about compassion or anything like that, I can, but I'm still trying to fill out my week, so I'm jumping back into that if that's okay with you guys. Kid breakfast foods. So my kids sometimes eat breakfast at school, sometimes they eat it at home, sometimes they eat it at both, but they like really simple, quick things. So we'll do that. Ooh, and another thing I need to remember is we bought a bunch of apples last week. And I love how Nikki and G said they were doing an apple a day to keep the doctor away or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's such, they say that, but it's so true. So why am I not doing an apple a day? So Wendy, do you have a favorite way you cook asparagus? I'm curious because I always just like saute it, and then if my husband's grilling, then he'll grill it. But I don't know of any other way to cook it. So I'm curious how you do it, or maybe you steam it, or I don't know. I don't know if there's something, some kind of trick or secret or something you could share. Maybe. Okay. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do this week. So I really liked I had to pick up my kid from school because he was coughing. And so when I did that, I stopped by a little grocery store between his school and the house and got a bunch of vegetables this week. And I was super happy with that because I do like to eat vegetables, but if I don't have them, then I don't think about it. And I really need to be more active about doing it. And I watch, sometimes people do these little mini hauls and I'm like, oh my gosh, you buy such healthy food. That is so amazing. Whereas in my mind, I'm always like, what can I get that'll last a long time? So I don't have to be as planning or prepared, but I think I need to plan and prepare better. I was watching Daniela Joy's, she had a live on Saturday. I was watching it this morning as I was getting ready. And she talked about doing meal prep Mondays, I believe is what she was calling it. And I thought, oh, that's such a good idea too, because it's forcing you to put your meal prep on a schedule, think about it, do that sort of thing. So I like this planning for that same reason, where I'm thinking about, okay, what do I have? What do I need to add to the shopping list? Which spray butter, I added that last week and didn't get it. That's my own fault. Saute, microwave, pickle, and raw. Wow, raw. Okay. See, maybe I should get more asparagus. Interesting. Microwave. Okay. And maybe I should play with this new bunch of asparagus we have. It looks really small, so I don't know if he ate half of them or what he did. But we'll see. But he's literally going to, so he'll be here tomorrow night. And then, yeah, so I'll probably only have one night of eating the same thing as Johnny this week. Or maybe Thursday night. It'll be one of those weeks. So he'll be up at the property next weekend, and I will be with the kids. So if you haven't noticed, I'm always with the kids. That's okay though. Just one of those times. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to get though. So if we can maybe we should do chicken breast tomorrow or salmon. I'm not sure which would be better. Probably salmon. We probably need to get some salmon in. As I mentioned, when you look at this Mind Diet book, one of the things that it does say is to eat fish. My stickers over here. And these stickers, which I haven't used at all. But it talks about fish is one of the things that you should eat once a week. So I really love this. So in every week food is poultry, but they do have every week food is seafood, and it talks about the importance of seafood and cognitive decline. In this book, it's really cool. It addresses nutrient-dense seafoods that they recommend. So when I switch back to doing this, I probably need to talk about this a little bit more just so I knew it. But the every week food, nuts, I wouldn't have normally eaten nuts because I don't really care for them, but I do because of this book. And then the number one thing on here is berries for your brain. And then they also have everyday foods. But I'm focusing on low sugar right now. This book just distracts me because I love it. So maybe I should add some berries because those will be super sweet and not add a lot of sugar. One of the things I try to do blueberries sometimes, and I'll buy blueberries and put them in my salads just because I think that they actually taste really good in salads. So let me put the spring mix that I like, and then I'm going to get some of those tuna packets I like, and then blueberries, and I think that would make a delicious base for a salad. And I do also love the shredded carrots, so I will add those in too. Okay, anything else I need to plan for my eating this week? I think that's pretty solid. I'll get some kind of to go with the salmon. Ooh, maybe we could do the asparagus with the salmon tomorrow night. That's a good idea. And then I'll also get some kind of a rice kind of side dish like I had Saturday, or no, it was Thursday, to go with it. But we have some different rice, kind of Uncle Ben microwave 90-second kind of things that we really like. So I think those would be really good to make. And if I can find a no added sugar one, so you can get the whole grain ones and put those together. Okay. So I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to start my week. Like I said, the focus of how I want to feel coming out of this week is clear. I will be spending time with the kids over the weekend, again, going camping. And my 3 main goals for this week are going to start my Christmas planning, do some computer recycling or figure out how I need to recycle some old computers, and then better understand compassion. So a little bit of a research project for me this week. I'm kind of excited about that. I think it's going to be good. And then the only thing I've added to my weekly to-do list is just to find a new decoration for my door, either a Christmas or a Thanksgiving or some kind of festive thing to cover up the hole in my front door. So that is all I've got for tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, where I kind of literally have sat here. I honestly do have a lap desk in my lap, and I'm sitting here writing in my planner with my little colored pens and everything else. So I appreciate you being here and joining me. Anything we talked about, I will put into the notes in my little after the stream section in the description. I know we talked about the Obesity Code, and Dr. Jason Fung was the biggest thing that I recall from those conversations. But whatever, and Alan said something too. He had a good quote. So I'll put those kind of things into the description so you guys can go back and see them. If I miss anything, let me know. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Misty. I hope everyone also does have a great week. It's so good to have you guys here. I hope we all have a great week together. Goodbye. See you soon. Good night, Frugal Mama. Bye.